Okay, it's 9 o'clock. I'm just going to lock up the car now. I've just set up my time lapse as usual and turned on my DigiPower battery to keep it charged up while I'm away from the car. Right, so it's on and off rain all the time, so I'm just going to have to make the best of a bad day, and I've had to put my jacket on because it's on and off, and sometimes it's really heavy, then sometimes the sun tries to break through again, so it's a mixed bag. Now normally you go ahead there and you can see the green sign where it says car park, and you drive down into the main car park, and that's where you start the routes, like the red, the blue, the yellow routes through the trees, and go up that way towards where the waterfall is. But you can just go straight around that bend and follow the main road straight up all the way, and then eventually you come to two bridges across the burn. One's a steel bridge on the left and the old concrete bridge is on the right. Just go over one of the bridges and then just keep going up the Forestry Commission stone track like this, another half a mile, then you come across like a bit of a passing place on the left hand side, and that's where people have gone down the embankment and gone ahead to the burn, then turn right straight ahead and follow the burn round, and that's when it takes you to where the bridge, the little wooden bridge used to take across the burn, but it's been taken down now, it's never been replaced yet. And I've just been asking the tenant there that lives in one of the cottages, he says they'll never replace it. So that's bloody marvellous. So I'm going to go behind the car now and turn left at the edge of the fence here, the end of the fence, and go up through these trees here and go up that way, up the grass track towards where the steel bridges are at the top of the road there, and go towards the waterfall that way. Right, so I've got tissues in my pocket ready to wipe my lenses, so if it starts coming down heavy and all water droplets go on my lenses, which spoil the bloody video, I can wipe it with me cloth. Right, look. So I've driven about 82 miles from South Shields, where I live, to get to here and park up there. I always park there. I come up the S-bend towards this big area here, then I reverse up there onto that grass track, so I'm away from that road coming up where all the cars come up, and I'm out the way, and there's plenty of room for anybody to get past us. Right, so I'm going this way, so one, because I'm in the trees, and two, there's a bit of a waterfall that you bear right and you go across the middle and you take it to the corner, and that's where the river's coming down, and it drops down over a few drops over the rocks and that. Right, so this is where I'm turning left, and you can see that marker post there with the red. That's where I was parked, just down there where those bins are straight ahead. I walked back and knocked on a door until one of the people living there came out and gave us directions as to where the old coach house was. Right, so this is the red trail, which is supposed to be coming back the way from the waterfall to go back to the car parks. But this is where I'm going to go to get in the trees out the rain. So you go so far up here, then you come to a bit of an opening, and you bear off to the right, and you go down, and like I say, that's where the waterfall is. It's not the Wolf Cloot waterfall, just another one. So I was coming along the A7 from Hoyk, and I turned right onto B711, and straight away two yellow signs, road closed. I went, oh no, driving all this way and I can't get where I'm going. But it was from the 28th of May for 2 deals. It was only from 8:30 in the morning till 4 o'clock today it was going to be closed. So I mean, me being here so early in the morning, it doesn't affect me, but I've gotten through anyway. The roads are open. So that's just, I'll be able to let other people know that as well. I mean, obviously because we're into the 1st of June now anyway, and it was only going to be closed 2 days, 28, 29, 30, and then open again. Right, so I've asked the young lad in the cottage down there about the bridge going across the burn to help you get along towards where the waterfall is. He says, nah, they haven't replaced it yet. and they never will. So I've had a right scramble getting across, especially when it's running fast and it's deep when it's been raining. The weather's shitty as well, so like I say, I'm going to have to make the best of a bad situation. Right, so you just keep on following this trail through the trees, and like I say, until you come into a bit of an opening, then you just veer off to the right, and then you get to some wooden railings down below to the right. That's where the waterfall is, where you can go view it. Oh, sitting on the tree roots. So I asked them how to get to the old ruins of like what looks to be like old coach houses, and I seen them on somebody else's video that came to Craik Forest to see Wolf Clook waterfall. They walked past the cottages, and they must have went straight ahead around that private road. They went past that bloody big house, then they just passed there on the left hand corner, apparently. So they're not far to walk to get to as well. Yeah, I was looking through my videos on my YouTube channels that I've done in the past, and this one came up where I come to visit Wolf Clook waterfall and then go right over to Clook to go and visit the three reservoirs at Megget, Tala and Frood. I don't know if you pronounce it Frood or Fruid, because it's F-R-U-I-D, Frood. Right, so up ahead you can see the bench seat, so I think that's where you start to bend right. I think so. But we're looking ahead, there's loads of trees down, so I wonder if I'm going to get up the grass track to get to the two bridges. Oh, it's really heavy now, like shit. So I think it's going to be like this on and off. So somebody's tied black tape to all these trees for some reason or other. The weather's terrible. Right, so just before you get all these felled trees, luckily the path's bending around the right and going away from them or alongside them, so I'll still be able to get where I'm going, hopefully. But this is another reason why it's best to take the paths through the trees when it's on and off rain like this. So when you come past the cottages, there's like a sign on the start of a little private road, comes along to that bloody big house down there on the right. You must go around past that, and as soon as you get past it, like on the left, there must be a setback, and that's where the old coach houses, according to the lad in the house here when I was talking to. And he gives a leaflet that shows all the maps of the trails to get you where you want to go. Oh, this is not looking very good. In fact, this is a bad start. Bird box. It's come off the tree. It must have been knocked off the tree, or it's fallen when the trees come over. Now I'm not going to be able to get this way and then go up left, past an old bit of you pass like a bit of an old ruined building, and just keep going up the grass track past the swamp. Well, I'm not going to start scrambling climbing through this lot. You can see where people have been going through. Look, it's all mud and water. But what I have to do is just double back the car and then just go right up the road. But the trouble is I'm in the open then, so that when it rains heavy, I'm going to get soaking. Right, so I'm not going to start going doing there through that lot, climbing over or ducking in the trees when it's full of mud as well, water. So God knows what it'll be like further along as well, so I might have to do that again all the way along towards. If you keep going along to the right, you go to the far corner on the right, that's where the waterfall drops down on the corner. But I'm not going to bother, it's too much of a scramble. So I'll give it a miss today. So I'll just have to go by main road and come back by main road just to make sure I get where I'm going and to see what I want to see. Having said that, I mightn't even get to the waterfall because they haven't put a bridge across, so I don't know if I'll be able to step across the burn, especially when it's been raining. It'll be deeper and faster. So for me to walk across it, to get across safely with a falling hour, is a nightmare. I mean, what the lad had said, no, when I told him where I was going, he says, well, people have been climbing over the wire fence, going up past the where all the sheep are at the top end, and then get back over and then get on the track further up. I'm not going to bother doing that. I don't want to be starting climbing over barbed wire fences. But according to him, people have been climbing over there, walking further up the field, and then getting back over the wire fence. When you get past all this lot here, you must mean this lot, this bunch of trees here that's falling over. But no, I'm not going to put myself through hardships at this early stage of the game. All these trees have got like these black tape tied on them, so I think they're all being marked off for getting cut down. Right, so back down the bottom, turn right, go back past the car. And then just walk straight up the road all the way, about a mile and a half, to get where I'm going down the embankment into where the burn is, to go along the Wolfcloak waterfall. So that's not a very good start today, is it? But it's all information. But the burn is just running down there, runs along in front of the cottages and then goes underneath the bridge where you turn off to come up to the car park here. So there's your sheep in the field, look. So if I brought Bay up here, I would probably keep him on the lead until I got higher up into the forest. Like, especially just go past this first field where the sheep are, so he doesn't see them. Then once I'm higher up into the proper forestry commission track, then I'll be able to lure him off, so he doesn't see any sheep to run after. But this is the way I would normally come up there, like I say, and get to the trees there, bait off to the right, and then you go along about a quarter of a mile, and then, like I say, just listen for the waterfall dropping down on your right hand side, and you just drop down the embankment to the top of the waterfall and you look down and see it. But That's all been knackered because of the weather. But that's just like another bonus bit of a waterfall when you come to see Wolf Cluck. Well, at least when I drive over to Kapperkluk and then go and see the reservoirs, there's no trees being chopped down around the reservoirs, so you get to walk around them and take pictures and film it all, no problem. Camera's getting wet on the top here. Right, so back down the fence, turn right and go along past the car again, which I can just see through the trees there now. So even if you climb over the fence, you still got to walk through deep, look like swamp, because it's all reed grass, look.